Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we are completely tossing out those boring grammar agendas. Instead, we're going to dive straight into a real-life story of discovery. And the best part? This story holds the exact secret key you need to master one of the most absolutely crucial everyday tenses in the Spanish language. We are unlocking what's called the Antepresente, better known as the present perfect. Get ready, because by the end of this explainer, you'll be using this tense like an absolute pro. To really wrap our heads around this grammar concept, we first need to set the scene. So picture this. You're on this incredible, adventurous trip. That's exactly what our protagonist, a student named Laura, and her friend Juan did. During a recent tour, they decided to explore a fascinating cave in the province of Matanzas, Cuba. Wandering just a little bit away from the rest of the group, Laura noticed something absolutely amazing on the dark, rugged cave wall. It immediately caught her eye, so she whipped out her camera to snap some quick photos. Now, Laura knew she had found something pretty cool, but she didn't realize just how special it was until she showed those photos to a history professor. The professor took one look and confirmed that the fascinating drawings Laura had photographed, they were actually ancient Aboriginal paintings. I mean, they were quite literally looking at a hidden piece of history. Thrilled by this massive discovery, Laura rushed to write down a very specific, triumphant phrase in her personal diary. Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where the magic happens. Laura wrote, "He encontrado un tesoro." Translated to English, this means, I have found a treasure. Now, beyond just being a beautiful moment for Laura, this exact grammatical structure is our golden ticket today. This single sentence perfectly encapsulates the Spanish antepresente tense. It's a compound tense, which just means it uses two words working together as a team to express an action. Let's break down exactly how Laura built this sentence so you can start building your own. Section 1. The formula. Building the antepresent. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of how this works. Let's chunk Laura's sentence into two parts, kind of like a simple math formula. Once you know these two ingredients, you can plug basically any verb into this structure. The crucial first half is the auxiliary, or helping verb, HABER. For English speakers, this acts exactly like the word have when you say I have eaten, or she has gone. Let's run through it. For yo or I, it's he. For tú, you, it's has. For él, ella, or usted, it's ha. For nosotros, we use hemos. And for ustedes, ellos, ellas, it's han. You really want to memorize these because they are the absolute foundation of everything we're doing today. Okay, moving on to the second half of the formula, the past participle. This is basically the equivalent of the ed ending in a lot of English verbs, like play becoming played. In Spanish, for regular verbs, it's incredibly simple. Step 1, take your infinitive verb and just drop that ending. Step 2, if it was an AR verb, add ado. For example, amar, to love, becomes amado. If it was an AR or IR verb, add evil. Temer, to fear, becomes temido. And partir, to depart, becomes partido. And that's literally it. Combine that with your haber conjugation and boom, you have the antepresente. And this right here brilliantly illustrates why this tense is so approachable for native English speakers. Just look at the direct one-to-one structural match. In English, I, yo, have, found, encontrado. It is a perfect match. The logic is identical. It's significantly less complicated than it initially seems, right? The word order doesn't flip around, nothing gets mysteriously dropped. It's just haber plus your participle. Section 2, the 3 golden rules of use. Because it's great to know how to build a sentence, but we need to know when to actually use it in the real world. So you have the tool, but when do native Spanish speakers pull it out of their toolbox during a normal conversation? According to the curriculum in Unit 17, there are 3 golden rules, 3 highly specific situations that tell you to deploy this compound tense instead of just a simple past tense. We're looking at ongoing timelines, anticipated events, and repeatable actions. Let's break these down one by one with some real examples. Rule 1. This one is all about actions that bridge the gap between the past and the present. Take a look at this example. Pedro ha trabajado aquí durante 13 años. Pedro has worked here for 13 years. The logic is that Pedro started working at this place 13 years ago, way back in the past. But the crucial point is that he is still working there today. The action hasn't finished. When the past bleeds right into your current present, the antepresente is your go-to tense. Rule 2 deals with anticipation. This is an action you fully expected to happen, but it just hasn't happened yet. The example here is,
Ellos no han llegado todavía. They have not arrived yet. I want you to mentally highlight that word todavía right now. Whenever you want to say yet in Spanish, it is a massive, flashing neon sign for English speakers that you need to use the antepresente. You are still waiting in the present for a past expectation to be fulfilled.
Our final golden rule, Rule 3, is for repeatable past actions. Hemos leído esa noticia muchas veces. We have read that news many times. Because they've read the news muchas veces, the door is wide open for them to read it again tomorrow. The timeline of the action isn't firmly closed off. So if a past action has the potential to repeat itself, you require this specific compound tense.
Section 3. The irregular curveballs. Come on, you knew there were going to be a few exceptions, right? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that these participles totally ignore the rules we just learned. But rather than seeing them as frustrating chores, look at these irregulars as your special keys to true fluency. Notice how entirely different these endings are from our standard ado and ido. For instance, romper, to break, doesn't become rompido, it becomes roto. Ver, to see, becomes visto. Hacer, to do or make, is hecho. Escribir, to write, is escrito. And decir, to say, is dicho. Yes, they break the mold, but because you're going to use words like seen, done, and said constantly in conversation, memorizing this short list is an absolute must. Let's quickly run through the remaining curveballs provided in our textbook. Poner, to put, becomes puesto. Abrir, to open, is abierto. Morir, to die, is muerto. Resolver, to resolve, is resuelto. And imprimir, to print, is impreso. Look, I know it might seem like a lot right now, but I promise you, once you commit these specific irregulars to memory, they will just roll off your tongue. You'll stop thinking so hard about the grammar and start sounding incredibly natural. Section 4. Your turn to practice. It is time to take the training wheels off. Okay, we've broken down the formula, we've learned the 3 rules, and we've faced those tricky curveballs. Now it is time to actively apply what you've decoded. Learning a language isn't a spectator sport, so let's get you using this right now. I am posing the central question of this entire explainer directly to you. ¿Qué has hecho? What have you done? I want you to take a second and mentally prepare an answer using the yo he structure we just learned. Think about your life, your recent travels, or maybe your hobbies. To spark your memory a bit, look at these real-world examples straight out of Unit 17. Ask yourself, have you visited the cathedral? Have you danced salsa? Eaten in a restaurant? Seen a movie in Spanish? As you think about these, I want you to practice formulating the actual answers in your head. Think ya he, which means I already have, followed by the participle. Or, if you haven't, todavía no he, meaning I haven't yet. And here is where we bring the whole shebang together. Please like this explainer and seriously, take that sentence you just built in your head and put it out into the world in the comments below. Mastering a language is all about taking that leap and actually using it. Just like Laura exploring that dark cave in Matanzas, what hidden treasures have you uncovered lately? ¿Qué has hecho? I can't wait to read what you've been up to.